Right. I think it's recording. So good. Hello. Good evening. I don't know. The thing is that after like several tries, several attempts to organize that today cell phone, it worked. Well, I don't even know what I'm doing looking at the camera talking like this. If I were alone, if I were a madman, but whatever. The thing is that I don't even know if someone's gonna see this video ever. I'm not sure. But someone gave me like the idea about like making videos talking about books because someone may first recommend me other books. Could be, I don't know, as I said, I don't know if someone is gonna ever see this video. And second, because it's like a good way to practice English, bearing in mind the fact that I am not from a native English speaking country. I'm from Colombia, so I speak like the Colombian Spanish. So it's like a good way to practice, and maybe someone may see the videos and say something like, hey, you have to correct this and this and this, you're not vocalizing properly, etc., etc., etc. You have to look for more vocabulary and stuff like that, right? Well, first, to start, this thing that I feel like a bit weird when I'm talking to a camera alone, because it's like when when Harry Potter found out the mirror of Eris and he looked at his parents like he was completely like yeah, something like that. I feel right now. The difference that he was really happy and I'm feeling really weird, like talking to a camera like that, right? So well, to start, I don't even know where to start. Well, I suppose I have to talk about the first book I've ever read. That was one book from Howard Phillips Lovecraft. That was I'm repeating a lot of stuff. That whatever. That was the best books of Lovecraft, something like that. The best stories. And one of my students gave it to me, and I started reading it. It was in Spanish, but it was like really, it was really nice. And so then I started reading, and I decided to start buying English books. Like, well, the first one that I bought in English, because I read three in Spanish, and then I decided to buy the one in English, was It. Yes. And I, at the same time, I bought It and I bought Harry Potter, because I don't know, I just like it. And I started reading Harry Potter, and then I started reading it, but I bought the full collection. I acquired the full collection of Harry Potter books, the 7 books, and I was like reading the Harry Potter books when I was going to my job and reading it when I was at home. It didn't work. I mean, Harry Potter absorbed me. So I said, I'm gonna finish Harry Potter first and then I'm going for it. But as you see, this book is really thick, so it was really hard to carry that on my back. It was like kind of impossible because even the book got some damaged because of the first time I tried it. And well, I read Harry Potter, then I read Game of Thrones, and I read the Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Then I read Dracula, and well, a lot of other books before I read this one. Even I read Hunger Games. So, but by the way, when I started reading it, and when I continue again, when I retake, I don't know if it's correct to say, if it's correctly said, but when I start again, this was like when they were playing in the Barrens, and they have already met it. Pennywise, it was chasing them like trying to kill them and other stuff because, as you know, well, I think that if I say that would be making a spoiler. I don't know, so I prefer to say in silence. Well, the thing is that the book is quite bloody nice. It's really nice from the first page until the last one, even if sometimes Stephen King speaks a lot. I mean, he like narrates everything very with each single detail, like talking about every single thing. So like that, and sometimes you feel like you're getting a bit bored, but suddenly something happens that changes your point of view, that changes your mind about that. It's a really astonishing book, even if it's really, really long, because there are, well, in this version, I don't know if there are other versions, but this one has 1,151 pages, 53, something like that. And I don't know, what I admire a lot from Stephen King is the fact that he may change like the from future to past, from present to past, and etc. And that it continues with the thread of of the story. Like you are like really entertained in the book, that you get in the story, like inside the story, like you're living with the characters and you feel what they feel. So from the childhood till the end of the characters, it was really astonishing. I hate the fact that he has killed someone that at my concept he mustn't. It was like really cruel. I felt really below the sad because of that. And there was a part that was like really weird, rare, strange, because I mean it was really unexpected. I mean, I've never imagined myself doing that in a zoo. It'd be disturbing and nasty. For nasty, yes. My God, if we go further, it would be so dangerous even. But it was like how he described the power of love. And I mean, it was really like a bit traumatizing when they did it, especially because of the fact that they were children. They were so small, so young. So it was like, I don't know, it was, even I when I think about it, when I remember that, when I recall that, I feel like strange, a bit astounded, because it was unexpected. Well, whatever. The point is that when you advance through the book, you feel like really excited about the book, you feel really excited about the story. You continue going through, and there is a point when you feel that you're gonna finish it, and when you get to that point, you want to go back and start again and read it again, and you don't want it to finish. So that's what I think that's a point for Stephen King, who knows how to narrate in that way, or to tell, sorry, narrate, not to tell a story in that way. Like you feel like, oh God, yes, I'm getting to the end, but I don't want it to finish it. We need to start again, to go from the beginning. As while I finished, I felt like really anxious because of that. I was not expecting the end, and well, I wasn't disappointed. I was really like flabbergasted by the end. It was really nice, really cool. It was something like, oh my God, like about to cry of happiness because of what happened at the end. Was really, 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 really good. But the only thing was that there were parts that were so sad. He has like the power to. Sorry, he has like the power to. I don't know how to say that word. I don't remember it. Like to stun you. Yes, like to stun you, like you get like, oh my God, I was not expecting that. And there happened a lot of things like that. And first, as I said before, he was narrating from the past, and suddenly he changes into the future. You're like, what the hell happened before? And you continue reading because you want to know what happened before. And when he cuts in the part of the future, you said, oh yes, I want to know what happened in the past, but I want to also know what happened in the future. And he continued, or in the present, sorry, in the timeline was in the present. And you are like, oh my God, I want to read it, to see what happens then. And you continue reading, and again he cuts it, and it continues with the present, and you are like, ah God, again. And it continues like that, but it's really, really nice because he knows how to get you inside the story. What else should I say about that? That's what I was thinking to say about that. Well, and that he knows how to develop a character properly, because each single character of the story has like a very nice ways. They were really nice developed. It was like, oh God, nice. Even the enemy, the villain, was really nice developed. I mean, in the movies I haven't seen them, never. Not even the one from the last millennium. I think it was from the last millennium. I'm not sure. That was yes, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I remember that there was a part in the restroom where he was taking a shower or something like that. He appeared there in the floor and like saying, "Hey, come here," something like that. That's the only thing I remember about that. But as good as I know, the new movies are nothing related with the book. I'm not gonna see them. I think not right now. Maybe later. Maybe other day. Because I don't want to get disappointed of the story I've read. I mean, I don't want to get like disappointed. Oh, they have done this about this masterpiece. No, it cannot be like that. What? Yes. Wait. Yes. So it is said that they are totally different. I don't know. I haven't seen the movies as I said as well. Um, but the book, even if the size of the book, it looks a bit intimidating because it is. I mean, when I firstly saw that book, it was like, oh God, I cannot believe that. But when you start reading it and when you get into it, it changes totally, and you even forget about the size of the book. It's really nice, really, really nice. And by the fact I've read that book because of a recommendation from Dross, it's well, it's a YouTuber who's I think he's from Venezuela. I'm not sure. I recommended it. He said that it was his favorite book, and I decided to read it. And by the way, he said something about Stephen King in another book, that's The Talisman. But I'm gonna say it in this special book that the way Stephen tells, writes a fight is really nice. It's not. I mean, when you write a fight, it's not like this guy jumps over this other one and exploded the car with a laser ray. I don't know, something like that. No, it's. I mean, it's totally different. Like no, not a triple kick or Jean-Claude Van Damme kick or something like that. No, it's totally different. The way the characters fought at the end with Pennywise is really astounding. I'm not gonna say it, of course, because I mean it would be bad for the people who are only reading the book right now. So I think that that's everything for today. I'm gonna check the video after I stop it because I don't even know if it makes sense what I said. And well, I don't know if someone had, I don't know, I would be so astonished if someone sees the video. I would be like, well, I don't know. Let's see what happens. I hope that none of my students from Colombia and even none of my teachers would see it, because it would be like really, really strange. Alright, well, that's everything. Goodbye. Yes, I said goodbye joking. I mean, I don't talk like that. It's like, yes, goodbye, whatever.